Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a love reading for my dearest Libras where we take a look at your soulmate, who this person is, and the purpose of them coming into your life. If these messages resonate with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I have those links down below. All right, my lovely Libras, let's get started. Okay, so you have a magician here, so someone with strong Virgo, Gemini placements. Beautiful energy, somebody who's quite elegant. I feel like this person's really well put together. They're also showing up as the Tower, so they may show up in your life unexpectedly. Aries, Scorpio energy. They're viewing you as the Page of Cups. So oftentimes the Page of Cups for me is a really sweet energy, but it's also, they might feel like, you know, Libra, you're too good to be true, or you're exactly what they've been wishing for. And the relationship, we see the Three of Pentacles. So you and this soulmate are going to be on the same path. So some of you might study with this person, you might work with this person, you might volunteer together. But it feels like there's something like that that may bring you two together. Really compatible energy. But we see that this person is quite elegant, quite put together. They're sophisticated. That's the word I was looking for. And with the Page of Wands, but they also have a very fun, loving, free-spirited energy to them. Maybe even like a childlike happiness and joy about them. So they're definitely, you know, there are two sides to this person. But I do feel like they're very elegant, very put together, sophisticated. All right, we see the Eight of Swords showing up. So this is someone who I do feel is somebody who's maybe gotten recently out of a karmic situation. So it could be a relationship. It could be a job that they hated and they really followed their passion, followed their dreams. All right, and we see the Five of Wands. This person, you know, might be experiencing a little bit of conflict behind the scenes when you meet this person. This could be at work, or this could be like other relationships or family issues. I am going to pause the reading for a second, Libra. There is a cat that's crying outside. I know that's weird, but it's a stray, and I think I need to give her food, so I'll be right back. Okay, my Libra, sorry about that little interruption. So someone here may have a bleeding heart like mine when it comes to animals or work with animal rescue. This person may have a cat. I have a cat that I recently adopted, and he is quite vocal, but and it turns out it was him. So I'm getting, there's a reason for that interruption here. But anyway, back to the reading. With the Five of Wands, like I do think maybe this person, when you meet them, they're very elegant, they're very sophisticated, they're very well put together, but I also think they are very good at not showing like other people when they're, you know, they don't let other people see them sweat. And there may be some sort of conflict, whether it's at work or it's, you know, family issues, another relationship going on behind the scenes here when you meet this person. I also think they probably get a lot of attention. There are people vying for their attention, for their affection, because I do think this person is quite, you know, I think they're quite desirable, quite sexy. Maybe they've got a little bit of that, you know, bad boy edge, or they're kind of artistic. I just think this person is quite a powerful energy here, Libra. All right, and we see karmic soulmate coming through, so you're meant to learn lessons and help each other evolve. So that's just Spirit's, you know, confirmation that we're in the right reading. This person may have maybe a single parent, or they want to be, you know, they want to have children. Yeah, I see, I'm getting this creative vibe from this person. So they potentially enjoy art, working with their hands, music, putting ideas to work for them. And we also see, Libra, that this person may be an entrepreneur. And I feel like that's something that like people are very, this person's, you know, they're a risk taker, but they're successful at what they do. And I feel that's the energy that you and other people are, you know, really attracted to. or like one of those qualities. The Tower tells me that this person may be going through a bit of a transformation, or a Tower moment when you meet them. I also think they're going to come into your life in an unexpected way or at an unexpected time. We see it's going to be love at first sight, Libra. Some of you, this person is Latin, or there's a Latin connection, or they're of Latin descent. And some of you, this person is in their 50s. But remember, those really specific messages are not going to resonate with all of you, like ages and eye color and things like that. But it will be confirmation for some of you, okay? And some of you, you may meet this person online, okay? So you might not be expecting anything to come from, you know, a dating app or what have you, you know, but you meet this person and they're really a powerful force in your life. All right, so let's see. What else do my Libras need to know? This person already knows who you are. So some of you, maybe you've already, you know, dated this person. Maybe you're already talking to this person. Or maybe this person's just been checking you out. All right, they have a noticeable facial feature. I do feel like for some of you, they could have like a rugged look. Now, I know that's not for all of you. And for those of you where this is a masculine energy, or, you know, this is somebody who identifies as masculine or a man, they have a bit of that rugged look to them. But for others of you, that's not the case, okay? And really, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but sometimes specific messages do come through. But I do think a noticeable facial feature could be a mole, could be freckles, could be a beautiful eyes, you know, beautiful lips. They have a tendency to be forgetful or late. Okay, and I do feel like with creative types, that can certainly be the case. Like when they're in that zone of being creative, they may lose track of time. And we see they called you the other night. So some of my Libras, you certainly already know who this person is, or maybe you're dating them or talking to them. That's not going to be for all of you, though. And there is a 3 to 5 year age difference between the two of you. Okay. What else do my Libras need to know here? What else do my Libras need to know here, please? All right, so some of you, this person could be stocky. Although the image I was getting from this person was actually somebody who was kind of thin or lean, but that, you know, some of you, this will be confirmation. They're trendy, the way they dress. I do get that. They're like, they have good style, up-to-date style. And this person is emotionally available. They're open, they're honest, they're ready for love. And we also see that they are a great cook, so a badass in the kitchen. They might be a restaurant owner, or work or have worked in the culinary field. And for some of you, they do come from a different ethnic background, all right? With the Page of Cups, they're going to see there's this really sweet, magical energy about you, Libra. And for some of you, they really just feel like you're a unicorn, like they didn't know or think that somebody like you could actually exist or existed. They see you as the Two of Swords. So again, this is something they know that you're not going to see coming, or they don't see it coming either. That's Moon in Libra, so some of you are Libra moons and you're checking in on this reading. Remember to, you know, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and also your Venus signs, you know, especially when it comes to love. And when it comes to soulmates, I always check out my North Node. But the Two of Swords here also tells me this person sees you as somebody who is confident and going after what they want, even if they don't know exactly how to do that or if they're going to be successful. But this person might feel like you hold back on them a little bit. But with the Knight of Swords, again, this person loves communicating with you. There's going to be a really strong intellectual connection. This person definitely sees you as honest and authentic, but also knowing what you want. And they like that. They like that you know what you want. All right. What else does this person really admire about my Libras? Okay, so you know, you both might be entrepreneurs. You might really connect in that energy, or you just, you know, you both get each other. So you have entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. All right. So, yep, they see you as, you know, anything you touch turns to gold. This person's a magician, so they have that same energy. And that you delight in sharing life's riches. So I do see that you two having, you know, a comfortable lifestyle together. This person sees you as a spiritual guide as well. I love that. Yeah, they recognize that this is quite a spiritual connection here, Libra. Now, what this person is going to help show you, or one of the lessons here you're going to learn as a result of this soulmate coming into your life, Libra, is depleted. So you're overgiving and not taking enough time to rest and rejuvenate. Reevaluate your relationships and commitments, or you may soon risk your health deteriorating in some way. So this person might, Libra, show you that you're depleted in some area, or you're overgiving to maybe a family situation or friends, or maybe to your job. So I like that, because I think they're going to show you how to, or, and not necessarily they're teaching you how to set boundaries, but, the way that they do it. Oftentimes we learn from people, not because they tell us something's, wrong, or we're not doing something, there's a better way to do something, but because they show us that's how they live their life. I see this being such a really compatible connection. You're both on the same path. I see you two really getting along very well with each other. It's going to be very easy to fall in love with each other here. Okay, and so we see it may be a little bit more than a soulmate. It could be a twin flame for some of you, a divine counterpart situation. But this is just emphasis from Spirit that this is a really strong soul tie. And some of you, this relationship deserves a second chance. So it could be that there's a fumble, or there's a stop and a start here. Maybe some of you that has already happened. And we see friendship. This friendship is leading to more. So a friends first vibe. I could definitely see that here. All right. Now let's see, what is the major lesson here that this relationship is going to help Libra learn, or learn or know. All right, and we see procrastination. Ooh, yeah. So, and again, I feel like this person's going to be very inspirational in that sense. But I'm going to read from the book. Pay attention to the number 8. Somebody could be born on the 8th or the 18th or the 28th. Could have a life path number 8. All right, so this card, procrastination, says you're being called to action. There have been important tasks that you have delayed. Even if it is something that you don't want to do, like cleaning the house, paying the bills, looking for a job, losing weight, doing your taxes, studying, etc. Now is the time to take responsibility and move forward. The point of power is always in the present. This card is showing you that there is an urgency for you to take action. And, this person, I feel, is quite action-oriented. I think they're quite successful. I do think some of you might meet in some sort of learning environment, or doing something that you really love, like something that, you need to take action on. I love that. But if you're putting off something that's meaningful to you and doubting whether you can do it, the message is to have courage to face your fears and do what you love. What is the worst thing that can happen? You might make a mistake. Even if you do, you will learn. And I feel like that's what this person is going to help show you, or they're going to support you in, Libra, following your heart, doing what you want to do, even if you don't know the outcome. Remember, that's kind of a repeating message here that I was getting. That may be the lesson you're teaching them here as well, but it may be something that really, being with them and having them hold space for you and support you may really be that confidence that you need to do that, to make mistakes and be okay with making mistakes, but knowing that, you've learned an important lesson here. All right, so let's see, anything else we need to know about this connection? Anything else we need to know about this connection, please, Spirit? So time apart. Some of you, there is some sort of separation here between the two of you. Now, it could be that you're currently in separation from this person. Trust your intuition if I'm, describing someone that you already know. But I feel more so there could be a fumble or a stop and a start within this relationship, and it could be because somebody here travels for work. Okay, we see that this could be a dream come true. So have faith, your rainbow will come smiling through. But we also see tease energy. So the energy is fun and lighthearted, but uncertain. So that may be the beginning of the relationship. I do see this is going to be a friends first vibe. I mean, you're very compatible. You're on the same page. So I do think for a lot of you, there's potential for this to be, long term. someone that you spend, quite some time with or in a committed relationship with. All right, let's see, any important dates here for my Libras this week? So some of you, this person's already around you or they're coming into your life this coming week. And we also see the month of May. So we did get, a stop and a start. So maybe some of you met this person back in May. Maybe you've been in separation since May. But for others of you, this person could be born in the month of May. Okay, it could be a Taurus or a Gemini, or something really powerful in your life happened in May that's putting you on their path. Okay, so Libras, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.